Yeah, they all crawl right up here almost in my pocket. Don't you? Yeah, you should be one that'll come up too, because your sister from last year, she was one to come right up. I'm still surprised 13BJ does. But hey, look at, she's that close to me, chewing her cud. And Pest is sniffing my leg through the gate. Aren't you? See, let me play with your ear. Who's next? Oh, 111J is going to touch my fingers. Anyway, I'm still kind of whooped, but hey, I did sleep. Becky felt better last night, so she wasn't up and down all night. So maybe that'll serve her right. Maybe she'll learn her lesson. Don't eat my leftovers. Oh, well. I mean, kind of funny, but not, because she was pretty sick yesterday. So feed these girls and figure the day out. 99.9% sure that somebody's going to end up cleaning feed barn today. Still need to get spreaders hooked up and a place to go with stuff, but it's going to start raining and yeah. And I was kind of thinking about cows are in the east hay field that came out of the west one. I was kind of thinking about throwing them back in the west one, and just for today and tomorrow. They can slick it back down, and then maybe both of those can get the pasture harrow taken to them really hard. But I don't know if it'll happen or not. It needs to happen. It should have been happening all summer, but anyway, that's enough gabbing. I got feeding to do. I think I missed the stampede. I have no idea what the hell is going on. Pups are up there barking like crazy. And I just finished. Good thing I didn't touch the hot wire ones. I just finished feeding the... Actually, I haven't even finished feeding the bull, so I gotta feed hay yet. And now the steers are running. What the flock? I think it's time to get a flashlight. I mean, that's completely emptied. Like I said, I think it's time to get a flashlight. Well, no frickin' clue. There's a few right here. They came back up. Boomer came back up, and there's about a half a dozen in the lot. All the steers are crammed right in that corner looking this way. Heifers are all still in the barn. And I saw a few going out. There's one part way up the lane. See if this is gonna work. Yeah, you can see her. You can see her better than I can in the light. At the top of the hill, a whole bunch of cow eyes. Oh, what the flock? Oh, yeah, there's the moon. Too bad it doesn't come in clear. And, well, I can't see it from here. There's a few cows by the steers gate. The steers all came back in the barn. I don't know about the bulls yet. No freaking idea, but the pups are still pissed about something. It was kind of funny because between the other edge of the machine shed, Rainey went over by the steers, and Red stopped walking with me. They usually walk back here with me. And they both stopped there, and neither one of them came on back here. I kind of, wonder at that point. Oh yeah, see, if I'd have reached in here, I'd have got the shit shocked out of me. I was reaching for the light switch earlier. So, chalk it up to, I don't know, I can't find nothing. And they seem to be calmed down, but they're awful frickin' quiet, except for the pups. Good Saturday morning, TikTok. I was almost done feeding when literally the whole world was shaking. The cows all came out of that barn. Steer calves are all right against the gate. Heifer calves are to the other end. They don't seem to care. They stampeded through the feed barn and out this end, and these few came back in. There's, I don't know, maybe 12 or 15 that came back in. And I'm still listening to hoofs. The frickin' bulls and the steers are running back and forth now. Anyway, I ended up running to the house and getting my spotlight. And yeah, the fog is getting a little thick and it's frosty out there. The interesting thing is, and now I can't see them now. The fog's come in too much. Most of the cows are between here and the neighbor's house up there. And they were all looking back this way. And I still can't find anything. But hey, there's your pre-sunrise and the moon. I sure wish these cameras would pick the moon up appropriately. It's a nice thick sliver. But, yeah, you can't see it. If I go like that, you can see it. What this thing says on it, but best light or something like that on the side of it. Rechargeable. I got that for calving season 3 years ago. It also doubles as coyote spotter. Does a very good job of that, by the way. And there's a Ruger paddle stock hanging on my shoulder right now. I can't show it to you because, that would be an instant account ban the way they work. I mean, after all, on my first account, I got spanked really hard because there was a piece of black pipe sticking up out of the front basket on one of the four-wheelers. I happened to be talking about how it didn't quite reach out and touch a coyote, but for all intents and purposes, the only thing anybody could tell in the video was it was a piece of black pipe. Oh well, that's enough of that. I'm tired after running around. So, y'all have a great Saturday. It's supposed to be raining today. It was supposed to be raining yesterday. We got about a 3-minute shower yesterday morning. And nothing since. But there's more chance today. Things to do. Might get some breakfast. So hey, have a good day. Don't know what that set of eyes is. I can't even tell looking through the scope. Turns his head once in a while, but I have no idea if it's a deer or a coyote. I haven't been able to figure that out between eyes yet, because they look the same at the end like that. When I first came out with the spotlight, I checked between the shop and the barn, and I thought I saw, there was an owl, I thought I saw an eyeball. And then I couldn't find this one up here. I'm going to say maybe it's not a coyote. They might get a little nervous by now. I've been watching them for quite a bit. But, I don't know. And the camera behind me, obviously its light is on. Oh, so is the motion light since I've been up here, but can't see what it is, can't do nothing about it. There we have it. Phone line run downstairs. Came out just about where I thought it would. Kind of a bitch cutting that molding. Probably should come up and throw a nail here and here, and I don't know what to do there. And yeah, I bumped the freaking paint. And these things, a double stick take on that top one doesn't really want to keep holding. Keep pushing it back on, but it's there. The rest is hanging downstairs. I see we got a couple grass thieves down there. 3 of them anyway. There's either 3 or 4. There's 3 I can see. And Ty is cleaning feed barn if you can hear her. And I am gonna pull the saw. Yeah, ooh, there we go. Pull the saws out here to the edge. And I'm gonna take 66 inches off that end. And it'll straighten, I think. I had it, hooked it in a ladder and stepped on a ladder and then pulled it down and got what appeared to be enough straight. Hopefully it'll work. I might have to use my nailer because they're a little heavier. I think the one we borrowed from Jeff is a 18 gauge. Mine's a 15. They're a little more substantial. Then hopefully I can finish the rest of that. And I'm hoping Ty's found a good spot to push manure out, because the only empty section's this very end one at the gates. And that's, I hate pushing out there because it ends up in the gate, then you got to go push it in. And the lot that the steers are in needs to get cleaned too. Cow lot needs it too, but yeah, she ain't gonna do that. I'll do that, which might happen today. We'll see. That part's done. That was a pain in the butt, and there's a high spot on the edge of the concrete right through there. I actually chipped a little off getting the board in. It's just 1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch at the very edge. And I had to cut a piece through there. And yes, it's a little crooked. It was good, but when I nailed it, it went good enough. I got 1 inch from there to the bottom of there. The other end, it's 1.25 inches. I don't feel like ripping 15 feet of board. And I got 2 of these, 1.5 inches on the money. It won't be noticeable over here because there's going to be a piece coming down, which I should do in 1 piece, but I think I'm going to do it in 2 pieces simply because I got the phone line there. And yes, painter's caulk to hold it back in place. So I got to put that in first, then I can put the others up. And I just got to remember where, preferably where the studs are. Preferably. If I don't, it's no big deal, because it's going into the 1x. If I get it where the studs are, there's the extra 1x blocks that I put back there. Or if I get it within 1 inch one way or the other, it'll hit them. And when I was out cutting that piece, Ty was starting on the steers. She's moving right along this morning. The bad thing is, I think these are the pieces I had figured for right there. Because the only thing I got left is 4 inch. Beyond that, oops. Am I done? No. That's what I did. Becky doesn't want to put a board across there, so not my problem. So I trimmed a little sheetrock and tucked it back and stuck it with painter's putty again, or painter's caulk. So it'll come out there. That's where it's out, right? Makes it to where it is at the moment, which is just temporary. And I got that all up. Notice splice there, splice here. I did it the opposite. And knocked a couple little chunks off at the top, you know, little buggers like that. except there was one down at this end that couldn't. So above this, there's a spot that's right in here somewhere, about the size of the end of my finger. And if you want to complain about that, go ahead. I don't care. As far as I'm concerned, it's ready for Ty to come in and, you know, a couple little touch-up spots, not much. This back here can get done later. I might still do it today, I don't know. And all I can do is run it to there, which is, you know, that much done. I still gotta get that piece cut and put in. But you know, it's kind of fun working around that. Hey, that's where I left my driver the other day. I might want to sneak back here and get that. Good thing I haven't needed it today. I did use the new drill though. Yeah, that's right there with a long 1/2-inch bit on it. That's what I drilled the hole in. If you're wondering why the long bit, so I can get in closer to the wall and make a straighter hole. And that hole is actually, doesn't even touch the flooring upstairs. It goes through the sheetrock and then down. What I got on this side, of course, when this was built, the plywood was stripped off the forms, and then that went down for subfloor. And then on top of that is particle board, because that's what you used back then. And the bottom layer of plywood just kind of, I had to reach in and pick some pieces out. That was the biggest one. It still had the hole covered. From down here I could see where the hole was, but there wasn't a hole. So maybe clean stuff up, and I'm not real sure why I figured for so many 1x4s. I mean, I know I planned on doing something in that corner, and I think the plan might have been double that corner, like this one, except, you know, the other way. But that's kind of senseless. And I gotta glue it to the wall. I don't want to do that. Anything I do there is gotta get glued to the wall. I don't want to do that. So, I mean, I'll use a piece along there. Maybe get that figured out now, I don't know. I don't know if I can do anything along here or not. Kind of tough with that shit in the way. I don't know. Anyway. Oh yeah, that reminds me. I'm out of 1x3. That means I gotta make one for there. Not like I don't have enough 1x4 to do it out of. Well, I didn't show you much of what Ty was doing. I actually could have got a little video when she was doing the steers, but I did not. Shame on me. So she got everything cleaned. She got the feeders put back in place. And by the time I got done doing the portion I was doing inside, time I got out to the feed barn, she just set the last bale in for the cows, and she won't pick the third bale off the stack. I don't know why. So I went and got one of the third tier bales for the steers, the big steers that is. Then we fed tubs, since we hadn't done that yet. And I've been back in the house working on stuff. So is Ty. I'll show you that in a little bit. I'm to the point where if I'm going to finish the trim work in there as far as I can actually go, I need to cut a piece off this chunk of tin in here. So that's what I'm going to do. Take it up on the patio and take a strip off of it. Don't know where I left off, but that should fit. Won't be any support here, but it'll fit. And my helper's gone. Why? Because, well, I've been wondering too. Vicky's decided it's her diverticulitis again. So she got lucky and talked to the doc and told the doc what was going on, and so Ty is in town picking up her meds. And hopefully Ty will be back before too much longer, because I want an accurate measurement from there to there. I don't want to leave a gap at the end if I can help it. I'm going to throw this thing up there and hopefully it fits the first try. Well, Ty's not back yet, but it's up. She'll cuss me later because she's got to fill that gap, and she's got to paint that. She knows how to use tape. It's up. It's not perfect at that end. I could not shove this high enough, but the other one's up where it needs to be. And that's what I did for that. It's a piece that Mom had. It's primer gray. I don't know what it was for. I think it might have been a leftover piece from the bats on the outside of the house. That's all I can think of. Took a few inches off of it, and there it is. The gap's filled. I asked Becky if that would be all right, and she says, yeah, whatever. So that's what I did. I still got to find a pair of snips I can get in tight there to cut that. It's either that or cut the corners and try to bend it, but that ain't going to work very well either. But look, nothing but tools. Because these are the extra boards and all the trim pieces. These we already had for doing along that wall and the wall behind the couch. But other than cleaning some stuff up, I'm done. Video's done anyway. So hey, hope you all had a great Saturday. Hope everybody has a great Sunday. And oh, I forgot to grab that piece. I'll get it, no worries. And hopefully, maybe tomorrow they'll start moving some shit in here. I think that table is actually going to go in this corner. I think. Don't quote me on that. Becky's desk there. Ty's desk there. And God knows where they're putting file cabinets, because there's four drawers, I think. And there's 3 or 4 2-drawer oak ones. Oh yeah, plus there's another 4-drawer oak that Ty will probably put in that corner because it's got her cow stuff in it. And it was my grandfather's, maybe my great-grandfather's, and the desk was my mother's, and that's why Ty's got that stuff. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Give you a little view of what it looks like. If I go really fast, you can get dizzy.